It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, the university of the moment, the university of all times. I want to congratulate you for gaining admission into this university, which is highly subscribed by so many candidates. So big congratulations to you. I am Professor Stella Ngozi Former-Anasi, the University Librarian of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Today I'm speaking to you on proper and effective use of library resources. The library is an organized collection of books or information resources in the library. These information resources are systematically organized to enable users to have access to these resources. The library is quite different from internet or Google. Google, for instance, is a search engine, and a lot of information on Google and not authoritative sources. Some of them are not authentic and are not verifiable. And as students carrying out academic assignments and research, you need authentic and reliable source of information for your studies. The information on the internet are also largely unorganized. Sometimes you can have fake news that are being disseminated through the internet. The university library supports teaching, learning, and research. The Nnamdi Azikiwe University is named after the first Vice Chancellor, Professor Festus Agabo Nwako, and the university library is made up of the main library, the digital library, and faculty libraries. In each of the faculty, we have a faculty library, and the libraries in the faculties are there to cater for information needs of the students. We have various units within the library, but the one I would like to emphasize is the circulation unit, where most students normally go to for their registration, for borrowing, and then for returning of books that they have borrowed. So for registration, you will need one passport photograph, current passport that shows your 2 years. You need a photocopy of your admission letter or a current school ID card. You also need a copy of student current payment of school fees. And this will assist you. When you have all these documents, you now go to the circulation unit of the library. At the circulation desk, you will be registered at the circulation unit of the library. The library is a hybrid library. What do I mean by that? The library is made up of both print and electronic resources. For the print resources, we have reference books, and they are located at the reference section. We also have the circulating books you could borrow, and normally you are given about 2 weeks when you can borrow, and you can borrow as many as 4 books for about 2 weeks. We also have print periodicals such as newspapers, magazines, and these are located at the serial section of the library. We also have the special collections such as Africana history, theses, and documents on celebrities. So all these are located in the library. The electronic resources we have, they are located at the digital library, which is at the annex of the library. The library subscribes to both e-books and e-journal, and when you have access to the username and the password, it will enable you to log in into the online resources that we have that could assist you to carry out your research. These databases provide access to trusted, credible, authentic information, unlike the Google. So we also have free library services. There's internet in the library. We also have computers. We have over 480 computers in the digital library that you could use to do your assignment. We have OPAC services, interlibrary loan services. I mean that if you need some information that we don't have, we can assist you to get such information from other libraries around. The library opening hours, the main library opens from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays. The faculty libraries and digital libraries are usually open from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Usually we close on public holidays, and we will notify students at the entrance of the university library when we will be closed. Library have rules and regulations. There are a number of rules and regulations that you must observe as a student that want to use our library. Every student must have a valid ID card or photocopy of admission letter to have access to the library, and all books must be borrowed. If you must take any book out of the library, it must be properly borrowed. Books borrowed must be returned at the due date. Any book that you borrow and you didn't return it at the due date, that will attract fine. Bags are not allowed inside the library. They are expected to be deposited at the cloakroom provided for such purposes. No food or drink is allowed in the library. Students should refrain from eating in the library. Noisy discussions are also not allowed inside the library. All handsets must be put on silence or switched off while using the library. The library has dress code. Students are not allowed to come into the library with flamboyant dresses such as agbada. They are not allowed. Expect students using the library to dress formally. Students should not mutilate or handle library books. Any students caught doing that would face disciplinary action. I want to send a note of warning to you. Please do not leave your personal effects unattended. The library is not liable for the loss or misplacement of any personal belongings. When going out of the library, kindly present yourself, submit your books to the porters so that they could do their duty of checking to ensure that you are not taking out of the library any library book. The library is active on social media. We have Facebook accounts. We also are live on Twitter and Instagram. I encourage you to please visit the library. When you visit the library, in fact, you are going to fall in love with information, education, research, and entertainment. On this note, may I welcome you to Professor Festus Agabo Nwako Library, and I wish you a most rewarding and enjoyable experience at the university. Thank you for listening.